Good morning students, class 10. Your P2 exam is knocking at the door. So today I came here for revision. That means 3 chapters are coming. How to read those chapters, how it will become easier for you to memorize all the things, how to jot down the points, how you can understand that what you have to do. For that I have written point-wise revision for each chapter. That is, for each chapter which are the points under which heading how to prepare for the exam. I have written it for you so that it will become easier for you to memorize, learn and to score good marks. So first chapter is light, in light, reflection and refraction. Both are there. So the starting point is reflection. What is reflection, definition and how reflection occur in nature, in real life, what are the examples that you have to learn. Okay. Next, 2 types of spherical mirror you have to learn in this chapter. Although you should have basic idea about plane mirror, but mainly the chapter is based on 2 types of spherical mirror which are in your syllabus. They are concave mirror and convex mirror. So about these 2 types of mirror you have to learn in detail. How? First you have to find out the image formation by concave mirror. That is, if the object is placed at a particular position, where does the image is going to form, what will be the nature of the image, these things you have to learn. So you can get it in page number 164. Page number 164 of NCERT book, these things are given clearly. That is, for image formation by concave mirror in NCERT book, if you open the page number 164, there is a table. So you have to learn in tabular form. If you remember the table, you can write the answers in any way, whatever question will be given to you. From the table only you can understand about the image formation also. So just roughly practice 1 or 2 diagram, it will help you. Next is image formation by convex mirror. I have written it wrong. It is convex mirror. So image formation by convex mirror in page number 167, NCERT book. NCERT book page number 167. In tabular form it is given that if I take the mirror as convex mirror, when where the object will be placed and what will be the image, what is the nature of image, everything. Next, this is very important, that is sign convention for reflection by spherical mirror. If you don't know about sign convention, you will always do mistake while doing numericals, because for doing numericals sign convention is very much necessary. That is, object is denoted by a letter U, image is denoted by the letter V, focal length is denoted by a letter F. Whether it will be positive or negative, that you should know properly. Next, mirror formula and magnification. There is a particular formula that is known as mirror formula. Using mirror formula, so many numericals are there in your book. You can calculate the unknown, it may be unknown position of the object, it may be unknown position of the image, it may be unknown position of the focal length. Out of these 3, 2 terms will be given to you and 1 will be missing, that you will be able to find out by mirror formula. And there is also another formula that is known as mirror magnification formula. That is, how much is the image form in comparison to the object, whether it is diminished or it is enlarged, whatever may be. Next is reflection through rectangular glass slab. Through the glass slab, how the reflection is occurring with diagram, with proper terms that you have to remember. Next, this one is refraction, not reflection. This will be refraction. Through the glass slab, how refraction is occurring. What is refraction? Refraction is bending of light. When light travels from one medium to another, due to the change in the speed of the light, bending of light occurs, and that phenomena is known as refraction. Through the glass slab, how refraction is occurring, that you have to know. Then the term what is refractive index, that you have to know. In vacuum, what is the refractive index, that you have to remember. Next is reflection by spherical lenses, or I can say refraction by spherical lenses. Refraction by spherical lenses. Because lens means the medium is changing, so their refraction is occurring. Refraction by spherical lenses you can find in page number 178 and 179 of NCERT book. Page number 178 and 179 of NCERT book will give you the tabular form image formation by two types of lenses, that is convex lens and concave lens. These two tables you have to understand and you have to memorize. And then sign convention in case of lens, this is also very important. Lens formula and magnification, because lens formula and magnification is little bit different from the mirror formula. So this you have to remember. Based on mirror formula and lens formula, you have to practice numericals also. And the last but not the least, power of the lens. Very important topic. What do you mean by power of the lens? How to calculate power of the lens? What is the SI unit of power of the lens? All these things you have to learn. So this is all about chapter light. Now I will discuss about the other two chapters in detail like this only. Let us start with the next chapter, that is electricity. Now in electricity, how you have to remember, how you have to memorize. You can make notes also according to your own convenience. So in this way you will learn. First you have to know what is electric current, definition of electric current, its symbol, then its SI unit, everything. And circuit, what is electric circuit, how electric current is associated with the circuit. Then here only you have to know relationship between Q and I. Q means charge and I means current. What is the relationship between charge and current? Numerically you have to know, and you have to solve the problems also numerically. Actually this is the chapter in which maximum numericals you have to practice, and this is the chapter you have to understood in a proper way. If you are able to understand, you can solve all the problem, but in the beginning if you have problem, you will face problem throughout the chapter. If you are getting interest, very interesting chapter. Second is what is electric potential and what is potential difference. All these things you have to know the definition along with mathematical expression, mathematical derivation. These things should be clear to you. Next, circuit diagram, normal circuit diagram. You are learning it from class 8, I hope so. So that normal circuit diagram, what are the components of that circuit diagram, everything. And next is Ohm's law. This is the most important law in this chapter. Based on Ohm's law, so many numericals are there. So Ohm's law in detail you have to learn. Next, factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. Before that, in Ohm's law you will study what is resistance. Definition of resistance, while studying Ohm's law you will come to know. Next, factors on which the resistance of the conductor depends. In detail the factors you have to learn. And here also numericals are there. Based on this topic, numericals are there. That is also very important from the point of view of your exam. Next, resistance of a system of resistors. Two or more than two resistors are connected together. It can be in two ways. One is in series, another way in parallel. Resistors can be connected in series, it can be connected in parallel. So, this will give you the resistance of a system of resistors. how the equivalent resistance of a series connection and parallel connection can be calculated numerically, that you have to know, and based on that various numericals are there that you have to practice. At least if you know the formula, you can get marks. If you write down the formula, some marks is going to be given for that also. Next, heating effect of electric current. Electric current produces heating effect. How we can find that heating effect, how to calculate that energy, what is the mathematical derivation, everything. And the last in this chapter, I can say last point, practical application of heating effect of electric current. What are the real life application of heating effect of electric current? How it is going to affect our life, how we are calculating the energy, all these things you have to learn. So very few points are there, but all these points need numerical application and numerical formula. At least if you can remember the formula and units, it will be beneficial for you. What is the numerical formula and SI unit? It will give you marks. So please go through the chapter properly, and next chapter only few portion is there, so that also I am going to discuss. You have this chapter which is there in P2 exam, magnetic effect of electric current. Now in this chapter you are only going to learn a few portion, that is only the starting portion only. The whole chapter is not there. This is the chapter where you need more understanding. In this chapter, in class 10 syllabus, there is very less numericals, only the understanding is more. But in class 12, more numericals are there. But now you have to understand the chapter thoroughly, and if you can understand, you can solve all kind of problem from this chapter. This is the chapter from where you can score marks. So this chapter, if you learn from NCERT properly, definitely good marks is going to be given to you. So first you have to learn what is magnetic field and what are field lines. What do you mean by magnetic field? What are magnetic field lines? Properties of magnetic field lines. Reason behind some questions related to here. Next, magnetic field due to a current through a straight conductor. If the conductor is straight, through which current is flowing, how the magnetic field is going to produce around it, and what will be its effect. All those things are in this point. Next, this is very important, this right hand thumb rule, it comes under this topic only. So if you are able to understand right hand thumb rule, you can solve various problems from this chapter given to you, which may not be in your book. It may be from somewhere else, but if you know the rule, you can solve any kind of problems. And next you have to learn in this chapter magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. So you are learning magnetic field due to a current in a straight conductor, and also magnetic field due to a current in a circular loop. What is the difference between these two? How does the field lines look like? So these things you have to learn in this chapter, nothing else. So I hope all these three chapters, if you learn point wise, then each point will be inside your mind. You can elaborate it properly. When you will sit for study, try to go through the point, that this point I have to do first, then the next point, so it will be easier for you. So best of luck for your exam. Thank you.